Yes, indeed. Being beautiful is a very important part of what we try to do every day. We need a little bit of motivation to make sure that we can get there. Motivation is all we need, and we're going to be trying to balance life roles this morning. We're here to try and promote self-awareness, prioritization, and self-care. That conversation is happening now. We have Chile Udemga. Now, she is a certified project management professional and social impact activist, and it's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you so much, Titi.
Thanks so much for joining us today. Prioritizing ourselves, being more self-aware, especially as women, is something that not a lot of women want to have a conversation about.
Yes.
Why do you think that is?
Well, obviously because we are focused on family. We're very family-oriented. Women are used to sacrificing everything that they want and they want to achieve for their family. They love their family, they love their children. And so you find that generally it appears as though everyone else is on us. We're living for everyone else but ourselves. Okay. So it's important for us to be intentional about taking care of ourselves, about knowing who we are, about knowing what we love, about knowing what we want to achieve. And I find that even within my personal life and with conversations with thousands of women that I've had encounters with, that often we're the last people to be considered when you want to think about going on vacation, when you want to think about, you know, having a nice time. Every other thing comes first. And it's important that we seek time and find time for ourselves, be intentional about having fun, being little girls again, you know, just playing.
Is there really anyone to blame for this turn of events? Can we blame it on culture, society, or maybe just our upbringing? What do you think it is?
I think it's multidimensional, but mostly cultural. And that's because, you know, even from the time you're being raised as a young girl, you're told to aspire to be married.
Okay.
You're told, oh, when you have your own children, is this how you raise your children? Is this how you keep your home? So oftentimes we are raised culturally by the society, even by our own parents, that, you know, the only thing you ought to consider as your greatest achievement in life should be marriage. And that is not to say that I'm against marriage. I've been married 17 years. So it's not as though we're saying do not aspire to be. But you see, I also have dreams. I also probably would have loved to be an actress. I also would have loved to travel the world. And I don't think marriage or children should stop you from doing that. At the same time, I don't think you should hold off on getting married or having children because you want to achieve your dreams. I believe that if you're intentional about it, you can achieve all. You really can't have it all. You just need to learn how to balance it. You need to learn how to ask for help, and you need to be vocal. I think women are not very vocal about their own personal needs.
Now, the challenge is, in many cases we've heard of, women are vocal, but vocal about calling out other women. So, for instance, you see another woman having a nice time, going out, deciding not to go home early, for instance. Maybe deciding to go watch a movie or maybe even go to a bar, have a drink by herself. You have other women asking her, okay, don't you have children waiting for you at home? Don't you have, what's all this? Which kind of... So I feel like we do have some kind of blame in this particular situation. Talk to us about that.
Yes, you're very correct. And that's why we're having these conversations. And that's why I set up an initiative called Woman and Half by Chile. And it's Woman and Half because there's so much to us. There's so much to a typical woman. You have family, you have maybe your parents, you have your children, you have your career, you want to advance, you know. There's just so many things to us, and that's why you're not just a woman. You're a woman and half. And so the reason we're having these conversations and having events, because we have events where we have and talk about these things, we have conferences, we have speakers, but more importantly, we come together to play. Just to network, just to let our head down, just to have fun for no reason, you know, and that's because a lot of people are going through a lot of stress. Yes, you're right. When it comes to a man being able to walk into a bar, no one raises an eyebrow, but if a woman does that, don't you have a home? You know, it's, so of course that's why we're having these conversations. And people say that women are their worst enemies, right? But personally, the best people in my life are women.
Okay.
So I think it's all about finding the right people in your life.
Okay.
There are bad men and bad women everywhere, and there are good men and good women everywhere. You just need to be quality to attract quality to yourself. And of course, the naysayers will always say what they want to say.
Okay.
As long as you know that the people that are on your corner are supporting you, and they know that you're not out there making a mess of yourself, why not? You can have fun.
Okay, so I'm going to go back to the main topic, the term self-awareness, and let's see if we can give it some kind of definition. As people are going out into this week right now, what can they do to make themselves more self-aware?
Yes, so for you to consider yourself aware, you must understand that your life is not lived by the rules that other people have made for you. You have to understand that the society will always have its standards. Life will always have its standards. Everyone considers something, or they consider that there are certain things that should be the norm. But I always ask people, who wrote the rules? You are to write the rules of your life, and you cannot write your rules if you don't know yourself, if you don't know what you like, if you don't know what you want to become, right? And the truth is, for you to achieve anything, you must go against the tide. You must be different. You must be confident in the choices that you are making for yourself. As long as those choices are not harmful to anyone, as long as those choices are in the best interest of yourself, and of course you must take society into consideration. So you're not going to say, oh, because I want to do ABC, you know, I'm going to go against culture. I'm going to go against societal norms. But at the same time, it's important that you love yourself.
It feels like we're talking out of both sides of our mouth a little. Okay, so let me give you a perspective.
Yes.
You have a scale here.
Yes.
You have a wife with 2 children, loving husband who gets home on time, goes through 3 hours of traffic, still cooks a meal, would love to go out with her friends, but decides, you know what, she's not going. And you have a career woman who is on a 9 to 5, or let's say 9 to 7 p.m. job, isn't really concerned about, you know, getting married, really. She's focused on her career goals, goes out, hangs out with friends, and she still feels good. At the end of the day, both of them are smiling.
Yes.
Is one of these, more self-aware than the other?
No, not at all.
Okay.
So the first scenario you gave is my life. I'm married, I have 2 children, I have a job, I run a charity, and I run the Woman and Half initiative as well. So from just by saying that, amongst other things, you can see that my hands are full. So the thing is, I try as much as possible to have these conversations because I'm happy with my life. But there are times when I want to do what that career woman is doing. I want to be able to go out without wondering, oh, who is going to make dinner? How am I going to? I don't know if you understand, which is the typical life of the average Nigerian married woman. You know, your life, your home, your children, all of that is important to you. You need to do homework and all. But there are days when you just feel like, oh, please, can someone give me a break?
Okay.
Do you understand? And so, like you said, none of them is having a bad life.
Okay.
So it's not as though you're trying to sacrifice your home for having fun and advancing in your career and going out to have drinks. No, all I'm saying is on those days when I want to be able to go and have fun with my friends, I want to be able to, first of all, recognize that this is what I want. It's not a bad thing. It's not wrong. It's not culturally unacceptable. And I need to be able to have that conversation with my husband. I need to be able to plan ahead because I know that in my life circumstance, I can't just pick up and go. I need to make sure that, you know, the kids are, So if I need help, I can ask for help. I can get someone to cook if need be. I can ask my husband, oh, please, I'll be going out tomorrow. Is it okay for me to get takeout? You know, those things are things that we as women need to know that they are okay to do once in a while, you know, and I mean, it's very important to have a supportive partner as well. So if you have
these kinds of conversations are interesting ones that we definitely can't finish right here on the couch. But I believe you said you have an event coming up very soon.
Yes.
I can't wait to see what that's about. And if you're following her on social media by now, then you'll know exactly what she's talking about as well. Thank you so much, Chile.
Thank you so much for
coming to join us today.